Yo, what's good? Always good. Sorry for being late. I was due on half an hour ago. This is becoming like a regular thing on this channel. And then my laptop decided to do an update. So I've been sitting around patiently waiting for that, but I'm here. UFC 324 is in the books. Looking forward to talking about that. It's been a long time since we've done a reaction to a UFC card on this channel. It's been nearly 2 months. So I'm looking forward to getting into it. We were going to panel up tonight, but unfortunately couldn't get the boys together. So we're going to do something about it on Tuesday. But we're here. My throat's feeling a little bit better. I should be able to go. You were right. You were right. I mean, I wasn't. If you go back and watch the videos, mate, I was I wasn't exactly saying it was a sure thing, and I got quite a few picks right. He's not my boy. He's not my boy. Slow your roll there. Not my boy. In fact, I've said this on multiple streams. I was a little bit conflicted about this one because I don't like either of them. So this was going to feel like a loss to me one way or another. We're getting straight into it, are we? It is cold. How you doing, Brantley? What's good, man? Justin, fuck. Oh, you made me swear 1 minute in. Not my boy. I was gooning and got your notification as I was finishing. Thanks a lot, mate. Great. That was one of the first messages I got as well. At least whoever nutted on their screen didn't do it during my live stream. How you doing? How you doing, Westy? What's good, man? How you doing, Bobby Mays? How amazing was Josh Hockett's she talk? I think he's cringy and annoying, to be honest. I will say though, his performance was. I mean, I know he was fighting a bum, a terrible bum, but the performance was amazing. And obviously, the aura KO is something that we haven't really seen in MMA before. So shout out to him for that. But no, I think this guy is a retard. I think he's a genuine retard. I'm almost certain he got dropped on his head when he was like 9 or 10 years old, maybe a little bit younger than that, and he's just stayed the same since then. Same personality inside an adult body, but he's looking good as a fighter. He's amazing. The fact that he contrived that whole little speech made it even worse to me. Middle finger KO, exactly. Love you, big girl. Shout out to you, Pip. What's good, man? Yeah, middle finger KO. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, something has to be said for the fact that obviously his opponent was awful, but still, man, up until that point, he was doing all the right things. The wrestling looked good. He's definitely got brain damage, 100%. Now, I'm using the R word in the context of this particular individual. It's not a word I really like, but he's definitely. Yeah, I've been sick all weekend, Tiff. I did a live yesterday. Shout out to you, by the way. I did a live yesterday and I couldn't get through the whole thing. I made it like an hour and a bit in, and I had to quit because I was that finished. Still got a little bit of sniffles. I think I'm going to get back into work tomorrow. I made money on that fight. I know a lot of people are dunking on me for that. I put over 2.5 on my parlay because I felt like it was going to be a war, and I did say if it went to decision that Gaethje was going to win it, and that proved to be the way. See you in a bit, Brantley. Shout out to you, Sophie. Oh no, I'm getting sick all the time though. It's like I'm getting throat infections like every couple months. Pause. But in all seriousness, I do need to sort it out because it's I do need to get checked out. I wasn't mad at the promo. He tried, and Brittany Griner is a man. Yeah, those strays were nasty. That was the only part of the promo that I thought was funny. To be honest, he's a weirdo. What is the square root of your cut? You've come to the wrong place for that kind of talk. I probably couldn't do it with a calculator. When did Gene Silver stand on Allen's head? That was so rude. He should have been fined. I think he stood on his back. But when I saw that, I mean, we've seen people get fined for stuff like that in the past. I thought it was completely out of pocket, but they do it in some porn circles, or so I've heard. So why not do it in MMA? But that was rude. That was a cheeky move. I'm not gonna lie. He did our boy dirty with that one. I thought Alan did. You know, we're going all over the place. We're all over the place right now. How are we doing? First of all, how did you guys feel about the card? Was it a success? Was it a complete failure? I was mostly playing Schedule 1 through it, I'm not gonna lie. That got me through the card. There were some really, really good moments. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't exactly overwhelmed. I'm not like, "Oh, wow," at the end of it. I'm like, "Oh, wow, MMA's back. Let's celebrate." Less of the baby talk. I don't know who you are. You're definitely a dude. Only dudes call me baby. It's our second pause moment. Rewatch Song versus Sugar. Am I wrong to say it was boring and that Song won? Nah. So, I mean, I had money on O'Malley, and I'm not gonna lie, I was sweating when the decision was read out. But looking back at it, I felt like he landed the better shots in the first round. The takedown did happen at the end of the round, but I felt like he was fairly ahead at that point. He lost the second round pretty clearly to me, and then he completely dominated the third. So I think he rightfully won, but it wasn't a stand up and oh I'm back performance. And then Umar went and laid an egg. Well, shortly before that, anyway. So it's like bantamweight suddenly feels like it doesn't matter anymore. It feels like we've got to give the title shot to Marab at this point. Frankie, please let me play Sketty 1 with you. All my boys quit before the Shrooms update. I didn't even know you could multiplayer it. I've only started playing it the last couple days, and I've got to be honest, I'm thinking about it right now. Like, you guys are talking, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to move that product. Do you know what I mean? So this might be a short one. Entertain me. Dissolve a bit of starch in water and drink it daily for a couple of days. Really help with colds, throat. And the thing is, that sounds. I do want to get better, but I don't know if I want to get better at that cost. Like, that sounds gross to me. I mean, I am dunking on Umar a little bit, but I will say this: like, Figueiredo just didn't show up either. It's so addictive and so much fun. The thing is, I'm gonna be real here. With Schedule 1, I'm enjoying it, but I can see myself getting bored of it after a little while. Because the thing is, it actually hurts to play the game. Like, my fingers were swollen, and it feels like a chore. Running around and getting all the baggies and stuff, cleaning up the apartment. I'm hoping as you get further into the game, you can get certain things that will slow down all the laborious tasks involved, but then it won't be that fun anymore. I'm kind of stuck between a rock and hard place with that one. Paddy has that Frankie chin, 100%. Frankie, speak if you're gay, as always. Answer the chat now. Sorry, I'm back. We were robbed of Nunez Harrison. Nah, that fight falling off the card meant absolutely nothing to me. What product are we moving? I'm playing Schedule 1 at the moment. Too bad you didn't, Pib. You're also playing by yourself, mate. Yeah, playing by myself. So what? I didn't know it was a multiplayer game. Justin should just retire before Ilya comes. I mean, that's the one thing I will say that stood out from that fight. Watching both of them, I was just like, Ilya's the one smiling right now because he absolutely will smoke and would have smoked both of them. So there is that. We've got that to look forward to. I mean, Justin Gaethje is going to get wiped out by Ilya, something nasty, and Ilya's the one smiling now. I said this yesterday. I think it was in a group chat. He gets to avoid Arman. He's going to fight Gaethje in 6 months. He's going to beat him up, and then Arman might lose in the meantime. And then he can go, "Oh, I want to go up and fight. Islam Makhachev." So, how you doing, Black Bull Player Survival Craft? How you doing, man? I don't care about any women's fights. Nobody does, and that's a woman saying that as well. Chrissy's saying she doesn't care as well. I mean, nobody cares, and rightfully so. Women suck at everything, at every sport. So who cares? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when that fight fell off the card, I felt nothing. I was more disappointed with the Michael Johnson fight falling off the card. Yeah, I'm not reading those zesty comments anymore, Pib, because it just throws me off my game. Would you be happy? Would you be a happy dog or a paralyzed fly? What? Frankie, I'm doing 90 in a 40 zone. Wish me luck. Best of luck, Pib. Drive faster. Close your eyes. Yeah, so I'm obviously joking about women, but in terms of MMA, I mean, in terms of that fight, yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting to see, I guess, but I'm not losing any sleep over it. Ilya is going to grape Arman and break Islam's jaw. I do think he comes unstuck against Islam because I think he's going to be stupid enough to go up to 170. But until then, he's gonna have a field day because he is going to kill. He is going to kill Justin Gaethje in 6 months, based on what we saw. Paddy Pimblett. I know a lot of people want to shit on Paddy Pimblett's performance. Paddy Pimblett was in that fight and he was hitting him clean. Paddy Pimblett spent. If I could have predicted that the whole fight would have been standing, and that Paddy Pimblett would, I would have not expected Paddy Pimblett to make it 5 rounds. So the fact that he did is crazy. How big is your FOD in millimeters? I haven't measured it in millimeters. There aren't measurement devices small enough to measure my FOD, mate. Should change the name of this channel to He-Man Woman Haters Club. No, I don't hate women. They have their uses. Frankie with an attitude today. You know I love you. Do you think we get Arman versus the winner of Yeah, I think that's what we're going to get. I think what happens is Arman fights the winner of Holloway versus Oliveira. It won't be for the BMF fight because Arman's no BMF. But I think we get that as like a title eliminator down the line. I think what happens is we get Ilya versus Gaethje. Ilya flatlines him, then says he's beaten everyone good in the division. He calls out Islam and tries to go up to welterweight. And then we get Arman and the winner of this fight, the BMF fight for the vacant belt. That's what I think is going to happen. Would you rather be a happy dog or a paralyzed fight? I mean, it sounds like a trick question. Paddy did really good. I think Paddy did really well. I mean, he made a fight of it. It was an entertaining fight to watch. I did think the game plan was a little bit off. I will say this though, you can't really know unless you're in there. And I think if Paddy had seen openings, I reckon he felt Gaethje's strength and he thought to himself, do you know what? I'm not going to be able to take him down. His key to success in that fight was remaining in the center of the octagon and landing shots from distance. Because as soon as Gaethje came forward, Paddy looked lost in there. Arman, the only guy who might have a chance at Ilya, but I don't see him doing it. I don't think Ilya fights him ever. Ilya's already gone on record and said he's not giving him the fight. I think under no circumstances he gives him the fight. For some reason, there's some hatred there. I think he ducks him completely. And it will be a stain on his legacy, but he's going to do it. Thoughts on the eye pokes and the low blow? The low blow felt like it was on the belt line. And he did thumb him in the eye in the second round, which I thought should have been called. However, he was getting battered at this point. Up at that point, he was getting lit up. So I know the eye poke didn't help, but I don't think it really changed the trajectory of the fight that much. I feel like the fight was going where it was. It's not a trick question, wallahi. Why would I want to be a paralyzed fly that lives for a day? No, it feels like a trick question. Just let me know what the hell you. Anyway, but yeah, I think that's how lightweight is going to play out. I see it going like that. I think Arman will be champion by the end of 2026, and it won't be by fighting Ilya. I think Ilya dismantles Gaethje and then tries to move on to Makhachev. Gauthier disappointed me. That's another fight that I made money on. I said that fight was going to go more than one round. I made $250 last night, so I can't complain. And that was including a 9-fight parlay that had a couple of like overs on it. But Gauthier, I saw this coming. That was one of the questions I was going to ask the boys in the panel. How far do you think Gauthier can go? I don't think that far. Ilya never ducks the opponent, just doesn't deserve to fight him. I mean, Arman deserves to fight him. As an Umar fan, I was disappointed with his performance. Umar's very good. The thing is, though, Davison Figueiredo didn't come there to fight. Davison Figueiredo came there to survive, and it showed. So I'm not really blaming Umar for that. He pretty much dominated the fight. But that was the problem with the whole card. It's like you got that performance, and O'Malley barely scraped through against Yadong. So it's like we're kind of looking back at Marab now. Thoughts on Silva's reaction to the UFC belt? I didn't see his reaction. Gaethje's 2 times interim champion. I know it's crazy. This is the thing, yeah. Like, lightweight has always been problematic. It's always been like a lot of like the same guys fighting, and now we're just stuck back with that again. But the fact remains is based on that performance, Paddy would have got destroyed by Ilya. The only reason it would have been interesting is because the build-up would have been amazing. And then watching Paddy get slept would have been amazing. I don't like Paddy Pimblett. Who does Ilya fight next? He fights Justin Gaethje. And he absolutely destroys him. Yo, it's me, Alpha Kenny Body. What's up, Frankie? How you doing, Travis? It was awful watching Yadong get touched up by O'Malley. I think Yadong did very, very well. It wasn't a great fight. It was very tentative. It was a quintessential Sean O'Malley performance against good comp. That's what it was. When O'Malley fights good comp, this is what he does. How you doing, Gaz Ninja? What's good, man? I don't think a paralyzed fly is a thing. Flies don't have spines. There it is. I'd still rather be a happy dog, though. I'd rather be a dog than a fly. What's your health upload? I'm feeling much better than I was yesterday. I'm still kind of weighing up and down whether I should go to work tomorrow or not. I'm kind of like, part of me is kind of like, fuck him. I deserve a day off. Do you know what I mean? So I might just do that anyway, but I see how I feel in the morning. Make the poor guy undisputed. 2 times interim equals undisputed. So the 2 add up to, he's never going to be a full champion. He's going to go down the Dustin Poirier way of things, unfortunately. How you doing, Ash? What's good, man? Why Ilya not fight Islam or Arman? He's not fighting Islam right now because Islam's got business to do at welterweight, and it would just hold up 2 divisions at the same time, which isn't right. And Arman doesn't deserve a title shot after taking 17 months off and beating Dan Hooker, which was a really good stylistic matchup for him. He fucked up that performance for himself. What's up, dude? Welsh rapper called OG Leodron joining from Wales. What's up, man? Shout out to my Welsh brother. I mean, I'm Irish, but we're from the same inbred, weird-ass gene pool. So shout out to you, bro. I want to see Morales and Islam. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. There's no way that Islam Makhachev is going to fight Morales. There's no way. I'm telling you, it's going to be Usman next, and then it will be Ian Gary or Shavkat. He's definitely not fighting Morales. He definitely doesn't want that. When are you going to do the panel with Gio? I was going to do it today. I shouted out to him, but I didn't get a response. I'm assuming he's, I don't know. I was about to say something. I'm not going to say anything out of pocket. I'm assuming he's busy. But I was looking to do it today with him and Brutally, but I couldn't get in contact with him. Ilya will destroy every man to ever live. Doesn't matter if the opponent has weapons or not. Someone's in love. Had Arnold Allen pushed, he could have won. He didn't use the combinations and didn't show enough urgency. I kind of agree with that. But again, it's the same old played out trick with Arnold Allen. He cannot keep his hands together for the entire fight. He can't do it. His hands are brittle, and you could see that he was throwing a lot less when it got to that 3rd round. So I think he just ran out of juice. He is technically better than Silva, though, and he looked as big as him. Hey, yo, it's my favorite inbred fight streamer. How you doing, Manfred? Welcome back, bro. What are your thoughts on that, on Bodo beating City 3-1? I mean, I don't really care. I'm a Newcastle fan, and we're just shit. So me making offhand comments about other clubs would be a bit silly, really. Especially when my club stinks as much as it does. I think he will fight Morales because, let's be honest, nobody can out-wrestle him. Morales has got really good takedown defense. He game plans really well, and he's huge for welterweight. Islam doesn't want any of that. Frankie, are you a fan of the new start times? I didn't really know. I mean, it was about an hour earlier for me. What I'm not a fan of is the fact that they tried to get me to pay $20. So I've discovered, while this pay-per-view era is over for the US, it's just begun for us UK people. So we have to pay for every numbered card, and I'm not doing it. And the stream that I did find was rather dodgy. So it wasn't great. But yeah, in terms of the start times, it was an hour earlier. I'm all right with it. I generally thought the production was quite good. If I become a father of any son, surely I will name his name Alpha Kenny Body. It will make my son a badass. Sure. It might. Manchester United is back. We needed this. Pretty much 80% of my mates are Arsenal fans, and they're the most annoying, insufferable cunts on the planet. So, how you doing? Assalamu alaikum to you, brother. How you doing? Hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. Like I said, if you're new here, do like and subscribe. I think we've only got 12 likes or something at the moment, and we've got 27 dudes in here right now. We've got a lot of sausages in this party. I loved her, Justin. I'm so annoyed that Walker. Oh yeah, it did feel that way. Like the ads. The ads were like overkill. It's like every time a fight started or in between rounds, and when the fight was on, John Anik was throwing up and Toyo tires as the mate. It was. I'm not feeling that, but I barely pay attention to the commentary anyway, so it is what it is. Frankie, can you not watch UFC on Paramount? No. So if we sign up to UK Paramount, it doesn't have it. So I signed up to Paramount thinking, all right, £10 a month, let's go. Nope. No UFC on that. It's only streaming in America on Paramount. And lasses. We've got 2 lasses in here. I appreciate that. A shout out to you, Lane. I hope you made a lot of money last night as well, because your boy did. I think Ilya's already quite good in that court case. Frankie, give us your worst post-nut clarity story. Oh, man. There's been way too many. Pretty much every time I've nutted has been a bad post-nut clarity story. I would say 90% of my nuts have been, how do I get this bitch out? What excuse can I come up with now to get rid of her? I know I said I'm not busy until tomorrow, but what can I come up with now that will get this bitch out of here? I am Arsenaling my life. Is Michael Morales the only fighter who'd purposefully ask for nut shots? Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Losing to that guy would have an extra issue on top because, let's face it, the guy fucking twerks and shit. Are you religious? I was raised as a Catholic. I do consider myself a spiritual person. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily religious now, though. I have respect for all religions, apart from one. Guess which one it is? I'd name my son Guts, Wanderlei, Vegeta, Fedor Miller. That's a great name. Great name. Lane, your Lord Gene Silver is filthy. Stood on Alan's neck. I've got to be honest. When I saw that, I was quite angry. It was completely unnecessary. But let's be honest here. The guy is an idiot. So we can't really blame him. Gene Silver's animal instincts were fire. I've never seen an animal do that. Like step on its prey. Wasn't his neck. There, it was I think it was on his back. I would not mind paying $10 a month and watch, but that's the thing. So I paid for it. So back to what I was saying. Sorry, I got off track there. I signed up for Paramount, £10 a month, but it doesn't work. And now Discovery. So I'm going to get all the fight nights for free, even though I'm paying £10 a month. Or sorry, £30 a month for Discovery. And now I'm going to have to pay £20 for every numbered card. I'm not doing it. This might be the end of me for Judaism. I became a Muslim because apparently it's the best base for fighting. Well, if you need a reason to. I mean, like I said, my brother and sister are both Muslim, and it's certainly turned out better for them. That animal needs to be fired. Frankie, we need to save Rose Namajunas from that bastard coach. He completely broke her. I thought she might have won the fight, to be honest. But I don't care. Robberies don't matter when it's Rose Namajunas because she's shit and boring. Robberies only matter when it's fighters that we like. Gene Silver on coke would be terrifying. Imagine. You look like the guy from Hunger Games, the hot guy. Who's the guy from Hunger Games? Have you ever looked into Islam? I haven't looked too deeply into it, to be honest. My brother and sister have both been what they call like reverts for the last 20 years, but I've never really looked into it. 1.1 billion a year and we're still heading to the apex. I know. We paid $80 for numbered cards forever. 2 wrongs don't make a right, Lane. We should all be paying nothing, or we should all be paying a subscription. Smell my cock, parrot. Parrot? Are you talking about my nose? It's unnecessary. Maybe Gail? I was thinking Peter. But I don't look like either of those guys. But I appreciate it. Silver Surfer, how he stood on Alan. He did use my man like a surfboard. I'm not gonna lie. I cracked Rose Namajunas. That's not something to be proud of. I've been in Islam. Wow. I'm gonna have a hell of a time chopping this one up for shorts. I'm making it my personal mission in 2026 to get my channel at least struck once. Because I'm so irrelevant that no matter what I say, how do white people turn Muslim? Cultural thing. So I grew up in Southwest London, and it was a big thing here. A lot of people became Muslim, not just white people, but black people as well, who have no Muslim affiliation in their families or anything. They just converted. Sugar robbery was unbearable. It wasn't a robbery. He outstruck. He landed the more significant strikes in the first round. I know your dong took him down, but he didn't really do anything to Sean other than that. Landed a couple shots on bottom, I guess. But Sean O'Malley popped his head back a couple times in the first round and then clearly won the third. I'm not a very big Sean O'Malley fan. I think it was a very tentative performance. I don't think he put himself in the you've got to have a title shot situation. But he won the fight, in my opinion. I've been in Natalia, you wish, mate. She's actually decent. She's lucky though, man. If she hadn't turned it up in the third round, she definitely would have lost. I think they gave her the fight because her third round performance was that good. But she lost rounds 1 and 2, in my opinion. Sugar needs to fight Corey. Corey doesn't even deserve it, though. That's the problem. I would love to see that fight, yeah, but I bet you it would be boring. It's one of those fights here. Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen sounds like an amazing fight on paper. But let's be real, yeah. They would spend 23 of the 25 minutes doing this. Fucking club settings. I have Georgian balls. Is that a good or a bad thing? Should be Umar versus Yan. Sean 1-3. Umar is 3-1. It should be Umar versus Yan, probably. It should be. I don't think that fight has happened yet, has it? You should look into Islam. I mean, I'm more than happy to research, but I don't think I'm ever gonna be. I'm never gonna consider myself fully indoctrinated into a religion because I don't think I've got it completely right. I can't subscribe to anything that says basically agree with everything or nothing. Frankie, is Natalia Silva the most attractive UFC fighter? Nah, she's all right though. She'll get a couple sticks. I reckon 3 to 4 sticks before I get bored. Not even close. She is cute though. I was telling you guys that Umar would beat Figgy. I know, man, you're a genius. How did you see that coming? Another banger prediction from you. Shout out. Follow Anita Get because Get Laid. I'm gonna say Get Laid because the picks are on point. Only minus 1,000 picks though on the docket. Corey just takes down Sean. I think Corey Sandhagen beat Sean O'Malley as well. Genuinely. Which is why Sean O'Malley won't fight him. Only time I liked O'Malley was when he defeated Sterling's lame ass. I'm indifferent to Sean O'Malley. I don't hate him or dislike him. He's all right. How you doing, Angie? What's good? Throat's feeling a lot better. I'm back. Marab needs the rematch and a title eliminator between Umar and Sugar. That's what we need to see. That's what they should be doing. But I guarantee Sean O'Malley's already said in the post fight, he's going to wait to see what happens with Marab and Yan, and he's going to sit on dick. Gautier was a banger. That to me was a fraud check. I think Gautier is going to achieve very little. Very, very little in MMA. I think he's all right. He's got a bit of bang to him, but he got fraud. When he fights somebody actually good, I think he's going to really struggle. When he fights somebody with any kind of fight IQ that's got a little bit of a chin, I reckon they should put him in there with Marvin Vettori and see how that goes. They should make a women's heavyweight. I've been calling for that for years. Do you think World War III will happen this year? It's already started, mate. You just haven't realized it yet. By the way, I had the best performance. I finished all over the screen. Yeah, you said that when I first got in. I was just glad that I wasn't online when you did it. So shout out to you, and congratulations on letting that nut go, bro. Women's heavyweight will be dominated by Lesnar's daughter. Yeah, Jesus Christ, she is. I reckon when Lesnar's sperm went into Sable, that sperm just ate the egg, just assimilated the egg. You know how usually a sperm goes into the egg, or so I've heard. I've never been there, but I reckon his sperm just like. I predicted the Gautier fight perfectly. People overlooked Puliev. He's a decent striker. The thing about Puliev is he's not stupid. He doesn't go in like crazy. I made money on that fight because I knew it was going to go over 1 round. I was scared for a second though when he first got dropped. I looked away, carried on playing Schedule 1 and was like, oh shit. Then I saw him get back to his feet, calm down a little bit, and your boy cashed in. 250 whoppers last night. Michael Morales versus Islam. Who would be the best rainbow hugger, the bed wrestler? I think that fight would be entirely on the feet, and that's why we're never going to see it. Women's heavyweight should be mostly judged on how sexy they look during the fight. Okay. Women's heavyweight won't work because fat chicks can't move. Be honest though, it'd be really fun to see them just rolling around. Brock Lesnar's sperm is preloaded with roids. I reckon you can see one. I reckon one sperm just comes out of him. When he nuts, it's just one massive, like, roided up sperm. I don't think anyone's been there, Frank. Yeah. I wasn't like, I don't know where I was going with that, but can't believe we are all champions of that race. What does that mean? Poor girl was born with a dozen men worth of testosterone. I'm telling you, it was one gigantic sperm that just ate that egg. I reckon Brock Lesnar's one sperm looks like Brock Lesnar with like a tail. I think Lesnar's daughter is from another woman, not Sable. What makes you think that? Every time Puliev got hit clean, though, Gautier sent him flying. I mean, Gautier's got power in his hands, but he's not skilled whatsoever. We've seen this story a million times. He is going to get fraud checked by anyone good. Anyone that gets out of the first round of him and can wrestle quite well and has a chin is going to dismantle him. Lesnar probably birthed his daughter directly out of his dick. Yeah, like she just came out of his dick. Spermaginous prime. This is a very typical Fight Night Frankie stream conversation right here. This is a quintessential. This is a quintessential Fight Night Frankie conversation. Yeah. Anyway, the thing that disappointed me the most about the card anyway was that I don't feel like we got a lot of fresh new storylines out of it. In fact, we got a lot of storyline killers. Bantamweight looks no better off, and lightweight's dead forever. So here we go. Do we give Gautier the Cannonier test? Cannonier would fuck Gautier up. He would. Do weight classes above welterweight still exist? By the way, shout out to me for picking Krylov because nobody else did. I told you Krylov was going to win, and he won very convincingly. Modestas Bukauskas ain't it. I want to fight with Dustin Gaethje. A combination of the two. Who's that? This is the best case scenario for Atiba. He won the fight while figuring out his flaws. If he's any good, he'll come back so much better. Very much what goes on in his training camps is going to be huge now because there are massive holes in his game. The thing is, though, we've seen it before. We saw it with like what's his name, Johnson. If you're not well rounded, you're not going to get that far. Missed me. What did I miss? Did you say something, Lane? But yeah, I agree with you. I think like I mean, I agree with you to a certain extent. There's obviously improvements to be made, and it's obviously going to be a testament to the man to how well he can go off and plug some holes that he's got. Pause. But from what I've seen, he's not going to amount to anything. I think as soon as he enters the top 15, he's going to get spanked. Is Volk retiring Saturday? Nah, man. I still think he beats Diego Lopez, but I'm not confident. Current Adesanya would beta this. Adesanya would kill him. Gautier wouldn't touch him. And we all know, I don't give a fuck about Israel Adesanya. He kills Gautier. It's not even I've been inside Michael Morales. It's so crazy out here. We are officially snowed in, and I'm so happy. The only reason I'm not happy is I feel I should have gotten more unhealthy snacks. But in a way, I guess I'm happy. I guess nobody's delivering in that snow. We got like a little bit of snow, but it didn't really settle. And now it's over. We're definitely not going to get any now. It's starting to warm up. Oh, where are all my... Oh, never mind. And again, with the lack of storylines, I think with Silver as well, it's very, very clear to me that Natalia Silva's going to get washed by Shevchenko as well. So we got nothing from this card to say, oh, there's some fights to look forward to. There's not. Yeah, man, I'm sleeved all the way up. Both sides. I'm basically half black now. In some ways. Unfortunately, not others. Oh no, we have 20 minutes and it's still coming heavy. I thought it was cloudy year round in the UK. Fuck off, mate. It's not cloudy all year round. 11 months. It's only 11 months. The fall of Adesanya needs to be studied. He had like 12 straight title fights. I mean, if you look at them though, he had some pretty mid competition thrown in there and some very stanky performances. Adesanya's good, but he's not going to be remembered as an all-time great. Silver Surfer would have 100% got a title shot if he didn't fumble against Lopez. Yeah, Gene Silver's still one to watch. The problem with Gene Silver is I think he starts a little bit too slowly. I think Volk washes him. I think he's Arnold Allen level. That's what we saw. It was like that Spider-Man meme with the two of them looking at each other. That's what Arnold Allen and Lopez felt like yesterday. Are you part of the LGBTQ plus community? Nah, bro. Nah, it's more of a tolerating thing. How shy is Paddy? Here's the thing, yeah. I thought his stand-up looked okay. Like a round into the fight, I was thinking he's gonna gas out. The way that he was throwing shots, I was thinking he's done. So the fact that he went 5 rounds, he's got a great chin on him. He did land some good stuff on Gaethje. And I know people are talking a lot about him not taking Gaethje down, but you know when you're in there. People who have trained, people who have fought know. When you're in with another person, you know if you're going to be able to take them down or not. And the opportunity just didn't present itself. Israel's downfall started when Manel and Strickland mentioned his hindsight addiction. Exactly. He was broken after that. Israel Adesanya is purely based on aura, and when the dog jerking and the hindsight came into the equation, you could just see his soul leaving his body. But no, I don't think Paddy's shy. I just think he's not championship level. I think he's in that 5 to 10 range, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's never going to be a champion, but most people don't get to be a champion. He's still got some good fights ahead. You know, he's going to have some. He's still going to get some good wins under his belt. Will he be a champion? Nah. 37-year-old Stafford and broken hand Justin served to Pimlet, and he got dominated. But this was the test, wasn't it? Because Pimlet hasn't really had a testing fight until now, and he got what he wanted, and he came up short. It is what it is. I'm not a Paddy Pimlet fan. I don't give a shit. I know you hear this British voice and you're thinking, nut rider. I'm Irish, mate. And secondly, Paddy Pimlet is a wet wipe. I don't care. Smash the like button, you sausages. Thank you very much for reminding us. He didn't get caught. He got dominated. He got dominated. I had it 3 rounds to 2, personally. I thought he won the 3rd round and the 5th round. But he lost the fight very clearly to me. He didn't get caught. No, Paddy would beat BSD. He'd beat Rufy. He'd beat Duncan. Torres, though. I think Torres would beat him. How you doing, Milo? What's good? Paddy came to the UFC with a big name already, and he just can't live up to it. I mean, that's them talking about him being the next McGregor and stuff is ridiculous. Do you see McGregor ever fighting again? Definitely not. There's no chance. There is no chance. Do you think Paddy would do great at featherweight? Nah, he's too big, man. He's big at lightweight. And the way that he eats in between fights, I think that's what makes him. There's something to be said for that, yeah. Bulking up between fights is very good in the short run, because when you cut weight, you still got that thickness about you. But in the long run, that's going to hurt him. There is no way in chance he ever makes featherweight. He's too big. He would lose his chin if he went down to featherweight, and he would end up getting battered. He needs to stay at lightweight and just accept he's never going to be a champion. Have a good one. Take it easy, Angie. Always good to see you. Nice PFP, by the way. Paddy got whooped like a little brother. Nah, man, I don't. He didn't get whooped for the entire fight. He landed on Justin quite a bit. He had his moments in the fight. People acting like Gage completely washed him is untrue. Paddy was very much in that fight. And this is coming from somebody who's not a Paddy fan. I felt Paddy got 2 rounds and that he made a good account of himself. Thinking we're going to have a bi-coastal Super Bowl, Seahawks and Patriots. I don't give a fuck. Now that the Philadelphia Eagles are out, which I don't really care about them that much either. I don't even care. A used wet wipe would be worse. Frankie, after Saturday, we're not getting a title fight until April. Is that true? I reckon they might slip one in before then. But that, I mean, I don't really. As long as we get good fights, I mean, they're just fucking. They're just belts at the end of the day. Hooker dog walks. No, Hooker gets destroyed by Paddy Pimblett. Hooker gets taken down and strangled by Pimblett. If I was Pimblett, I would take that Hooker fight. If Hooker beats BSD, which I don't think he will, I think Hooker should take that. I think Pimblett should take that fight against Hooker. That would be an amazing comeback fight for him. He dog walks Hooker, and I like Dan Hooker, but he gets taken down too easily and gets strangled. How good was the timing on Bisping's comment? I thought that was AI. You know, I thought that was a joke. That was way too good to be true. He didn't get washed, but the whole time you could tell he was much more uncomfortable than Justin. The fight played out in 2 ways, right? When Justin Gaethje had the energy to go forward, he was doing fantastically well. He was pinning him back and hurting Paddy, yeah? But Paddy landed some really, really good shots. And on the front foot, Paddy looked really good. When he was at range and he was popping that jab, which he only... If Paddy had figured that out at the beginning of the fight, I think it could have been different. But because Justin went straight into him and backed him up and hurt him quite early, it always felt like Paddy was fighting his way back into it. If Paddy had started the fight a little bit more confident on the front foot, it could have been different. I want to see Shavkat versus Islam now. If Shavkat doesn't win, I'll subject myself to Brock Lesnar's door. You mean getting fucked in the ass? Paddy quite literally fought the absolute verse version of Gaethje and almost died. Gaethje's a dog, though, man. Whatever people say about Gaethje, Gaethje brings the fight. Win or lose, Hooker versus Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett destroys Dan Hooker. I'm saying that now. I believe you're selling Hooker a bit short there, mate. Look at every single time Hooker fights anyone that can grapple or has good jiu-jitsu, he's cooked. He's cooked. No, I thought Hooker lost to Gamrot. And Gamrot went very striking heavy in that fight. Will Arman's win over Guru age well, like fine wine? Do I think the IF should do weigh-ins like the UFC should do weigh-ins like ONE FC? Do you mean with the rehydration stuff? I mean, I do think it's a safer way of doing it. Do you think Carl Snyder will ever do MMA? I don't know who Carl Snyder is, man. How you doing, though, Pork Chop? O'Malley, I feel, could bang with Paddy and Gaethje comfortably. Dime Doctor did not. Sean O'Malley basically goes in there at his weight. I think he walks around at like 145, 150. He would get smoked. Sean O'Malley, the thing was with the Sean O'Malley of performance, the same problems still remain. The guy cannot get up when he gets taken to the ground. There's no point in him fighting Piotr Jan or Marab again. There's no point. Or even Umar. There's no point. Sean O'Malley should just take the Corey Sandhagen fight or whatever. Just have a striking fight. Corey Sandhagen beats him as well. If Paddy can't go to the ground with any ranked up, it's not good for fun. But this is the thing. Hooker's very susceptible to trips and sweeps. Paddy would get hold of him and just drag him down to the ground. Paddy doesn't do the whole double leg, single leg thing. It's more about sweeps and trips and then getting body locks and taking people down that way. He's not a wrestler in the traditional sense that way. He doesn't do the old American double leg, single leg. So he doesn't need to do that. He's got enough of a chin to get in on Hooker. And then he grabs him and fumbles him to the ground. And then it's over for Hooker. Hooker will not be able to get up. Do you think Arman will be able to wrestle with Ilya before he bed wrestles with Nina Drama? No, Arman and Ilya are never going to fight. Ilya will refuse to fight him. I guarantee you, Ilya chins Gaethje and then goes up to welterweight. Fighters would still find a way around rehydration. It's the fighters who do it to themselves. I completely agree. The thing is, yeah, whenever they introduce these new initiatives, fighters just find a new way of skirting around it, using IVs, using different drugs. Fighters will always find a way to cut to cut that percentage. Some guys fight at their natural weight, but too many cut weight for an advantage. This is the problem. I mean, it is, but the thing is, it's that opportunity cost thing, isn't it? It's like you cut weight for the hope of being bigger when you get in there, but then you risk long-term health and possible easier brain damage when you get in there. So I don't really have an issue with weight cutting. It would be ideal if everyone just fought at their natural weight class and there was no weight cutting involved. But that's never going to happen because as long as weight classes exist, and they should, people are going to play this game. Ilya at welterweight is absurd. It's absurd, but the thing is that he's going to go for it. He's going to lose and it's going to be horrible. He's going to get wet blanketed at 170, but he's going to do it for his legacy because, again, it's that free belt opportunity. You've got to do it. When you're in the position that somebody like Ilya's in, you're not going to risk your legacy by fighting somebody like Arman when you've already got 2 belts and you've got the momentum to possibly get a third. You don't do it. Free Balthazar, yeah, free Pib. Pim's doing a stand right now down the highway, and I hope it goes well. Paddy can't wrestle. He grapples like a drunk guy in a London pub. No, he's not a traditional. He's not an American style wrestler. He's got very good judo. He's got very good trips, and he's got very good body locks that bring people down. I'm not saying that, pork chop. Ilya only wants to defend his belt against 35-year-olds. 35-year-olds with legacy, which is exactly why he's sitting in his mansion right now. You know, all the lights are off, his candle lit. He's in a suit, shirt buttons are open. He's got the rose, and he was dick in his hand, and he was sat there just jerking off to that fight. 100%. Ilya was the biggest winner from last night. Because whoever, watching the way the fight played out, he's engineered this perfectly. He washes both of them. He sat there thinking, light work, and then I'm just going to dust them, and then he'll take the risk against Islam where it's worth it. Sugar can't get up because he's built like spaghetti. Yeah, you can tell Sugar Sean doesn't do any kind of weight conditioning whatsoever. Oh, do you mean Frederick? Do you mean the guy who's in Octagon? Is that his name? He looks like Paddy Pimblett and Brock Lesnar mixed together. Is that the guy you're talking about? Somebody banned Pib. Oh no. Who banned Pib? We don't ban Pib in here. We tolerate him. That was my New Year's resolution. Like when he says something really zesty, I just ignore it. But we don't ban him. Does Derek Lewis have a chance with Ronda? That would be another post-nut clarity situation. I reckon he could get in there. But once he does, yeah, that's the guy. He looks very sloppy to me. He's obviously a monster, but he looks very sloppy to me. He doesn't look very technical. But do you need to be at middleweight? He's a middleweight, right? He's probably crying with he's not crying with his cock in his hand. He is very happy right now. I don't know if any of you have ever been married yet. It ain't all it's cracked up to be. Take my word for it. He is cheering right now. He's back in the game. He's got a couple months off before he starts training again. He is having a great time right now. I finished all over the screen when Gaethje dropped Pimblett 4 times. What, you finished 4 times? I don't understand what you mean. I blocked him many years ago. A lot of people have blocked Pib. I mean, he's probably been individually like chat blocked by half the chat. My New Year's resolution was to not have a resolution. I respect that. My New Year's resolution was to get in better. Well, just to exercise a bit harder. That's about it, really. I'm generally perfect. But yeah, no, I think that, what's his name again? This is my age again. What the yeah, Vosgrown. He looks a little bit sloppy to me, but time will tell. I think he definitely, if he carries on the role that he's on, he definitely gets signed because he looks like an absolute savage. But I don't know, man. I do not know. I do think we see him at some point, but he doesn't look technical enough for me. Just to reiterate that point again. Frankie, how are the push-ups going? They're still going. The push-ups are still part of the routine, but I'm using like I got like heavy dumbbells to do like shoulder exercises and stuff, and I'm using a bar now to do curls a lot more. So very well. Dudes, what Crawford did to Canelo was crazy. We're bringing that up now of all times, yeah. And now he's retired. So what was the point? Crawford's gonna he's kind of screwed himself. He had a chance to have some high profile fights and really get his name out there. And he's fumbled it. I know he's a little bit older, but he's basically going to be known for beating Canelo. And then people, all the Canelo nut riders are just going to say, oh, well, he was kind of washed anyway. And that will be his legacy. It's a shame because Crawford's highly skilled. I don't understand the whole Ilya divorce situation because before we heard she came from a wealthy family. What does that have to do with it? She gave me Karen cunt vibes, if I'm being honest. You know she's high maintenance. 100%. It's better to cut loose now. Give her the payout, sort out the custody arrangements and move on with your life and never get married again. That's what you should do. That's what you need to learn from this situation. Focus on your career, make your money. You know, have a few ladies over on a Saturday night, but never tie yourself down. And then when you're in your old age, get yourself a nice maid and live the rest of your life out with some level of dignity. Imagine Piotr Jan at 39 years old, gets the lightweight belt, fights a 34-year-old Islam at welterweight and schools him. That's what Crawford did. I know, that's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. And Crawford looked bigger than Canelo in there as well. Crazy. I need whatever BBC is on. Which BBC are you referring? Hey Frankie, how's following Giuliano Italian bad boys betting advice going? Well, Marlboro Reds MMA. I didn't see any of his picks this weekend. I didn't see his betting video because I was in bed sick for most of it. I'm not even sure how he did. I haven't spoken to him in like a week or so. So I've got no idea how his picks went. No clue. I'm sure he will report that it went very well though. Which it probably did. I don't know. I'm not going to be dunking on it because to be fair, the me dunking on Giuliano thing was all banter. And as soon as I got the inkling that he was upset by stuff that I was saying, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not a bully. If it's banter and it's like reciprocal banter, then I'll do it all day long. But as soon as I realize that somebody's feelings are getting hurt or they feel like I'm picking on them, and he never necessarily said that, but it just kind of felt that way. And he's a friend of mine. Like I don't want him to feel like I'm shitting on him for no reason. I'm imagining a welterweight Yan beating up Islam. I mean, that would be hilarious, but you're underestimating how small Yan is. But Yan, I said it, man. Last year, Yan's performance against Marab was the best title performance probably ever. Not just of the year, but in terms of a challenger fighting a champion and doing that based on all the circumstances, incredible. Comparing boxing to MMA like that doesn't work because wrestling makes a huge difference. It's not just the wrestling, it's the kicking, it's just the general skill set. MMA is a way better sport. It's a way more exciting sport. Boxing generally is shit. The thing is here, when you get a really good boxing fight, it's amazing because it's throwing hands. The problem is here, it doesn't happen that often. It's very rare that you just get out and out wars. They're usually snooze fests. With MMA, at least you get. Did you watch Adam 22 versus Jason? Adam lost to the guy who's been making porn video. I did see that. I've been keeping up with that thing because obviously I like to keep up to date with all the cucks out there, just to remind myself how much better I am than certain people. But no, I mean that was only going to go one way. I mean he had like 2 weeks of training or whatever, and he's a cuck, and he's white. And the guy was, like I said, you go in there after your wife is telling you on a regular basis how much she loved this other guy's dick. There was no way he was ever going to win. He lost that before. He lost that before he signed the papers. It was a very idiotic thing to do. The guy's gonna be. The problem with this guy is, yeah, when this Adam 22 guy, when he started doing all that cucking stuff, yeah, he saw the dollar signs in his head, yeah, and he probably thought, I'm thick-skinned, I can take it, yeah. He's gonna be, now that the money is dried up and nobody cares anymore, and he's still dealing with it. He's gonna off himself one day. I'm 100% sure, because this abuse is just gonna get to him. His wife lasted longer than Adam. Of course she did. There's fucking and there's a fight, mate. That's not a flex. If you can't fuck for longer than you can fight, there's something wrong with you. And she was getting pounded. What do you mean? She wasn't the one giving the dick. She was the one taking it. There is no skill involved there. There is no stamina involved for a woman getting piped down. Of course she lasted longer. Aljo's acting in the first Yan fight really messed up the bantamweight timeline. It really did. Imagine what we could have had. We probably would have had Yan still as champion now. Marab would have never got the belt. What crazy countries in Asia would you recommend for a first timer, Frankie? Gaz, if you're going to Asia for the first time, I would recommend. First of all, Gaz, what kind of time do you want to have? You've said crazy, or did I just imagine crazy? It depends what kind. Let me know what kind of visit you want, what kind of person you are, and I can. Because before I recommend, I need to have a little bit of background. Adam's got to divorce his wife and disappear in China or Vietnam. 100%. Him saying he got to go at the end of the fight was crazy. But he put her up to it as well. It's not just her fault. No, I don't think it's a humiliation thing, Junior, you know. I genuinely think this was all a money thing. It was all a money thing, and I don't think he thought it through. Genuinely. Yeah, they get out of breath just laying on their backs. Women don't. I guarantee you, yeah. If you want to show a woman, yeah, I've done this in the past, yeah. I've told a woman, yeah, to stand at the edge of the bed and just start humping midair and see how long they can last. Most women cannot last longer than a couple of minutes doing that. If you need to put a woman in her place, yeah, make her do that at some point. Just go, here's a pillow, hump that, see how long you can last. Not long is the answer. If you get them to do any kind of manpower position, they ain't lasting. They don't understand the work that we have to put in. I can just see Adam in a decade jumping off a bridge, bro. Gotta watch out for him. Nah, let him do it. We don't need men like that around. Porn has really destroyed our society. Nah, I mean, there's many other reasons, but porn ain't the only reason. I was hoping to talk a lot more about UFC 3. I mean, we talked about it a bit, I guess. But I guess Adam 22 is relevant. Very relevant, unfortunately. I'm going to see the sights and strip the tights. Just go to Bangkok, man. Just go to Bangkok. If you're looking for a one and done situation, like you're not planning on doing multiple visits to Asia, just go to Bangkok one time, mate. It will change your life. Thanks for the tip. You're always welcome. I'm not sure what tip I gave you, but I'm sure somewhere in the middle of my general ramblings, some sort of like, you know, wisdom has come out. Because when you waffle as much as I do, some of it's going to be gold, like sprinkled in amongst all the other shit. What's recommended? Bangkok, but Bangkok. Go to Bangkok. If you're going to do it large and don't go to Pattaya. Don't go to Pattaya, especially not as a first timer. You need to understand the game first. Pattaya is very, very close to you can go to Bangkok and still visit Pattaya. It's literally like a 45-minute drive, something like that. Pattaya is full of hookers and ladyboys. That's all you're going to get there. If you go to Pattaya, you're going to get bars, hookers, ladyboys. That's it. In Bangkok, you can get a little bit of everything. Do you know what ping pong shows in Bangkok are? I've been there like 30 times. Of course I do. I've seen one year where a woman uses a dart and fires them out of her pussy at balloons, and they are accurate as fuck. Ladyboys in Thailand give better happy endings than the average hub star. I don't know anything about that. but it could be true. I mean, if anyone's going to know, there's nothing gayer than sucking a dick, first of all. So all women are technically gay. But who would know a dick better than a man that's dressed like a woman? Not speaking from experience. But yeah, I know about the ping pong shows. I know they've upgraded now to the dart shows. If you know, you know. But like I said, man, I would definitely recommend going there. Because like I said, the food is great, the party atmosphere is great. And the thing is, you'll meet actual women who are friendly. Bangkok would be number one. I would say this though, yeah. If you go to bars, yeah, and you look like you've got money, you will get absolutely, what's the word? Harassed. Everyone will be asking for drinks, and those bar tabs can add up. Do you know what I'm saying? So I would personally recommend going to Manila. If you're planning on going back to Asia multiple times, like say you want a gateway entry into going to Asia, I would go to Manila first, experience the nightlife there, get used to the get down, then go to Bangkok for the second time. That's what I would do. But if you're only going to Asia once and that part of the world, you've got to go to Bangkok. Frankie, what if someone goes to Bangkok by your recommendation and gets trafficked and turned into a ladyboy? That absolutely doesn't happen. What do you mean trafficked and turned into a lady? You mean they're turning white foreigners into ladyboys? They only do that to their own children. Kegel exercises. That's exactly what it is. Might go for a month. So I guarantee you, Gaz, here, when you get to Bangkok, you won't want to leave. Every single person I've recommended to go there has gone there and they've gone, thank you, man, thank you. I'm going back there next year. I know people that have sold their cars, sold their possessions so they can go back as soon as possible, quit their jobs. Don't be a degenerate and go to Bali. Bali's nice. The thing is, yeah, I've been all over Asia. And it's like I said, man, people will give you the side eye when you talk about going to places like Thailand and the Philippines and stuff. But people who actually go there know why they go there. It's just a friendlier, better place to be. It feels like the place is constantly moving, you know? There's definitely something special about it. But it depends what kind of person you are. Personally, now in my older age, I'm looking at places like Indonesia and Malaysia and places like that. It's just, I went to Vietnam last year. You know, places that are a little bit more low key. You can go out and have fun if you want to, but generally you can just, you know, like, and you can party if you want to. But you can generally have a low key experience. So I would suggest that. Like I said, Gaz, if you're going for the 1 month, go to Bangkok, mate. Go to Bangkok. It is one of those places you never. I love the Philippines. They have some of the cutest, greatest, and funniest people. I'm going back to Manila in March. I'm gonna do Manila and Vietnam again. I'm going for like a month. I do enjoy the Philippines because the thing is, yeah, I don't. The women there kind of piss me off a little bit because like they are a little bit kind of craven. Like as in you go out and they're just. It's more of a what can I get from you type thing, and it's like that in Bangkok as well. But in Bangkok, because there's so much to do there, you don't have to engage in any of that stuff. I have an Indonesian side chick. Nice one, man. Haters gonna hate. 100%, man. I would say as soon as you tell your Indonesian side chick though that you're going to Bangkok, she will break up with you. Because there's a girl I work with at work. This blonde girl, yeah, she is very good looking. Her boyfriend went to Thailand over the summer, didn't come back. That place does something to you. Like I said, if you know, you know. If you've been there, you know. If you haven't, give it a try. And don't go there with sinister intentions. Just go there to enjoy the food, enjoy the culture, enjoy the party atmosphere. It's not what people say it is. It's all a little bit hyped. Everyone talks about Bangkok like it's the streets are paved of just lady boys. It's not like that. They have their part and the women have their part. It doesn't really work like that. And no one's out there trying to trick you. I know I've said this multiple times. Anyway, but yeah, hope you have when are you planning on going, Gaz? What's the timeline on that? Because like I said, I'm planning on going over in March. I might do the Manila Bangkok combo, but I'm thinking I might do Manila, Vietnam in March and then go to Bangkok in the summer. I'm kind of working things out logistically now. We'll see how things go. Oh. Anyway, we've got UFC 325 coming up. I am going to do a breakdown about that at some point during the week. We'll see how things go. I'm hoping that my throat will be fully healed by then. Yeah, I'm intending to go to the Philippines too, maybe a month or so. The Philippines are some really good places. Baguio is really nice. I would visit some of the islands as well. Like Koh Samui in Thailand's really nice as well. Derek Lewis needs to put the gloves down. I don't know if Derek Lewis is done. I don't think Derek Lewis ever fights again. I can't believe I used to think Hill would KO Powhatan. I thought that as well. I genuinely thought that was going to happen. I was out of my mind. I didn't think he would kill Alex, but I thought he'd be too technical. I was out of my. I was with you, man. Who destroyed your throat? I picked up a bug from work. A whole load of students came in with like fucked. But the thing is that I've been getting way too many throat infections. I've had like 3 in the last 6 months. So I'm thinking there might be something I need to do about it. I might need to get thoroughly checked out, or I need to change my lifestyle. I mean, I don't drink and I don't smoke, but I might need to do what Brutally's been suggesting for a while and get on them Huel greens, you know? Like, I don't really eat terrible food or anything like that, but I don't feel like I'm doing enough to keep myself healthy, you know? So I feel like there's definitely some lifestyle changes that might need to come. But yeah. Anyway, boys, I think I'm going to cut it there for tonight because I do have work tomorrow. Have you got your tonsils checked? No, man. I still have my tonsils as well. And my brother and sister have both had theirs removed. Maybe it could be tonsillitis. Now that you've said that, yeah, that's actually making a lot of sense. I've had pneumonia twice this year, and I've never had lung. Pneumonia kills a lot of bros, you know. Pneumonia is a killer. People act like it's not a big thing. It's your lungs getting filled with mucus, mate. Pneumonia kills a lot of, especially older men. If I had money, I would love to travel with my buddies like the Top Gear trio. That would be amazing. You know a trick in Labason? Labason. Where's Labason? Is Labason in? Where is that? I feel like I should know, but I don't. Shout out to you, Westy. Yeah, I'm going to be heading off in a minute. Pneumonia is deadly. It really is. Smoking that buff weed, bro. Got to smoke the. I haven't smoked weed since I was 24 years old, man. It's been 17 years since I smoked weed. But yeah, pneumonia can get you at any time as well. You get a little infection and just bam. Color drained from my face when they told me I had pneumonia in my right lobe. It's terrifying, mate. It's terrifying. I've got lung issues in general because I've got like dark spots on my lungs. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have problems with it somewhere down the line. I'm glad you're alive as well, mate. Pneumonia is definitely like it's a scary one. I mean, Bernie, I think that's what got Bernie Mac and a couple of other people. But yeah, maybe it was from smoking really bad weed when I was younger. That could have been it because I was smoking like a chimney, mate, when I was all through my teens and early 20s. I smoked weed like a madman. So it could have been I did long-term damage from there. Like, who knows? Who knows? Oh, same island as... Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I do know that fairly well. I know Dipolog City. But no, I'm telling you now, man, Gaz, you will have a sensational time out there. The people are very friendly. You can just go out and meet people and have a good time, like meet people new. Like I said, in the UK especially, I don't know what America's like these days, because obviously it's so many different states and stuff. But it's just nice to be able to go out, you go to a bar, and people come up to you like genuinely friendly and just want to talk. And you can just have a chat, get involved with a group, party the night away, go home, Bob's your uncle, mate. Whereas in the UK, it feels like everyone's stuck up. You kind of got to arrange for your mates to go out, and then it's over expensive and it's just dead. People want to stab you. It's like, it's just not. That's why I go in there. Usually, what I do is I go to a nice bar, I get myself a nice meal, there's some nice music on, I play some pool, and then whoever's there, I'll just get chatting to. And it's just relaxing. It's nice to feel just, I don't know, it's just a nice environment to be in. And if you're a single man and you want to go over there and do your thing, you're gonna have a good time in that way as well. Personally, that's not the way that I do things. Um, I'm in it for the vibes, but it's more every time I go there, I'm looking forward to the next time I go back. And I'm definitely gonna retire in one of those countries at some point. Like once I'm fully done with work, I'm just gonna sell up everything, go over there, buy a little condo, buy a little house somewhere, and just chill the fuck out. Make sure my kids are all set. But nothing gonna stop me from getting happy endings from the lady boys in Thailand. Oh, bad. Like I said, man, each to their own. If you want to do drugs, always get the premium stuff. Don't get the stepped on stuff. The thing is, yeah, in the UK, man, beggars can't be choosers. They really can't. You get what you're given. And because I can't get anything consistent. Another thing I'm planning on doing in the next couple of weeks, I just might go for the weekend to Amsterdam because I'm guaranteed to get good weed there. And I'll do a little live stream from there. Maybe for one of these UFC cards, I'll go over there for the weekend, go to a nice sports bar or something, get blazed off my skull, and we can do a Frankie Gets High live watch along. I might give a shout to Brutally actually and see if he's up for that. I don't think the nurse would be very happy, but fair play. Yeah, man, I've been working away since I was 13, 14 years old, man. I've been constantly on the grind. I need it all to stop eventually. Because like you guys know, I retired a couple of years ago and then I just got dragged back into it. It's got to come to an end sooner or later. And I don't want to be like a dovering old man. How's it going, Anders Peterson? What's good, man? Red light watch along. We could do that 100%. I'll go and stop by the old red light district. Frankie, we just got back from competition and my son dominated his weight class and got gold, so decided to go up 10 pounds to the next division and took third. Well done, mate. Your son looks like an absolute savage. I tried to bring my son to nice to see you, Anders. I tried to take my son to mixed martial arts during the week again, and he absolutely freaked out. He's not on it. I'm kind of worried. Brutally is game. I reckon at the mere mention of it, he'd be down. And Amsterdam's a quick thing for us. It's like an hour and a half. I don't even think it's an hour and a half flight. It's quick work. So I could fly there on like go after work, go straight to the airport, be back in time for Monday. I might give him a shout and see what he's saying. But shout out to you, Connor. Shout out to your son. I do keep along with a lot of the videos you post. I hope you took some videos of it as well. I'm looking forward to seeing how the little lad did, man. Like, shout out to him. You're really onto something with that. How old is your son, by the way? Because my son's 5, and he likes to like play fight and stuff at home. But as soon as I try to bring him any mention of like we're gonna go do a fight class or something, he's like, "No, I'm not doing it," and starts kicking me and stuff. So he's clearly got the appetite for fighting. I just don't think he goes to like he does like ice skating and stuff. He plays football, but he's not on the fighting. But shout out to you, Connor, man. That is really that must be an amazing feeling because I would personally be shitting bricks watching. I want my son to do it for more defense purposes. I wouldn't really want to see him compete. Like before I had a boy, I was like, yeah, I want to make him UFC champion. Nah, bruv. As soon as I saw that little kid, I'm like, you're not getting in any ring or fuck that. He's 6. So there's still. When did he start doing it? Because like I said, my son's been 5 for a couple months, and I was hoping he would be on it, but he's not. A friend went to Amsterdam and was high as hell on the plane because she wanted to finish whatever is left. Wow. I missed the UFC event, saw some highlights. Was it good? It was generally good. Generally good. I mean, I was playing Schedule 1 throughout most of it, so I did miss quite a bit of it. But from what I saw, it was pretty good. I enjoyed most of it. I enjoyed what I saw. We had some good scraps. Like The thing is, yeah, the Gene Silver and Arnold Allen fight, the Hockett fight, and the Paddy fight made it worth it just by itself. Bro don't want to fight, but choose to attack his dad 100%. He fights with kids at school as well. He fights bigger kids. So he's in year 1 and he fights year 5s and year 6s, or tries to. He probably gets dominated, but bless him, he tries. Oh, trust me, brother, I'm way, way more nervous watching you compete than I am competing myself. My son started wrestling at 3 with me. This is what I'm saying. I'm slightly worried that he's just not inclined for it. It might be the environment, though. Because basically, I took him there when he was 4, and he didn't like the environment. And I think he just hears fight classes now, and he's just like, nah, I'm not doing it. It was great watching Fumblet get his face beaten in, bro. Top tier hate watch. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I don't like Paddy Pimblett, so I couldn't give a fuck. Like, I genuinely don't care. I'm a top tier Paddy hater. I think he's got a terrible personality. I think, like I said, he's entertaining to watch fight, somewhat. So I didn't have any feeling from. I just enjoyed the fight for what it was. I thought it was a good scrap. I was glued from beginning to end, and I can't say that about most MMA fights. Like the Natalia Silva fight, tuned off. As soon as Umar got 1 minute in, I was like, nah. I turned to schedule 1 and just started playing back out. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna have games on in the background, and as soon as I see a fight's getting a little bit stinky, I'm just gonna tune out, because that's a whole Saturday night that I've got to waste on a 7-hour card where we get about 10 minutes of real action. I personally think that kids should not fight until they are teens, when they understand the dangers. No, the thing is, though, Mr. Freaky, is a discipline thing, because when they go into those gyms, the one thing that their coaches or whatever do, they push the aspect of the maturity of it. Do you know what I mean? It's about using things in the right way. So I think it's quite good to get them on it early. But I see your point, though. Get him in the TOTS program and call it a play class. First 5 months of BJJ was mostly duck, duck, goose and takedown. That's a great idea. The thing is, yeah, I don't have a pure BJJ gym where I live. It's all taekwondo, which is arse, karate, which is almost arse. I mean, karate is on another level to taekwondo, but it's still like a bit soy. And there's Muay Thai, and he's just not up for the Muay Thai. Who's worse, Ian Gary or Paddy? Ian Gary by far, but Ian Gary's a way better fighter though. So Paddy brings eyeballs, so I prefer that he has success. He is incredible. I mean, the thing is, yeah, you just have to watch the walkouts, yeah, to understand where the hype from Paddy is coming from. The whole "where's your head at," the whole entrance, the whole like coming out like it's a party, and then Gaethje comes out and it feels somber and boring, even though he doesn't fight boring. But it kind of shows where the culture is going, you know. If no one else is live after you, I'll go on for a bit. Go on now, mate, because I'm gonna duck out in a minute. Westy, go on right now, and you can get your first ever Fight Night Frankie raid. You deserve it after how long you've been here. I was about to say I'll raid you every night, but that sounded so wrong. You know what I'm saying? So Western Mass Climber, go on now. Go on now, and because I'm literally gonna duck any second now. Is Gary still a vegan? Yeah, still a vegan, still a cuck. But you should be fighting for a title. Paddy made Gaethje's walkout look like prime Mike Tyson with how contrasted it was. It was. I mean, I was getting hyped watching that. While most kids are playing iPads and Netflix, like Kara said, my boy's wrestling with his friends and having a blast. I'll take my own advice, thanks, though. I agree, man. Yeah, Westy, I'm not going to last 15 or 20 minutes, man. I said I was going to leave 15 or 20 minutes ago. But can you drop your channel? Can you drop your channel into the link, and at least we can get some subscribers going? I have not seen your first live yet. Congratulations, by the way, on finally doing it. I've been saying for a while that you should do live streaming. And I will certainly be a fan. I'll be watching. That's why I said there's no harm in training from a young age. They just no, yeah, in training I agree. But I mean, Connor's It depends on how they take to it. So the thing is, it's very clear that Connor's kid has taken to it like a duck to water, and he enjoys that aspect of it. So if they take to it very, very well, yeah, I reckon Gary's saying that. How did we have a baby? I haven't fucked you yet. I don't want these weirdos joining my chat. How dare you? You are part of this community, you cunt. Don't try to go on like you're better than the rest of us now. I'd like to go to the red light district in Holland, but my cousin almost got a beating from security because he asked the girls for arse play. What the fuck is that? You mean what the fuck is that for turning him down, or what the fuck is him asking for it? Do not let your kid hard spar before 15. I'm never letting my kid hard spar ever. Why not compete? I wouldn't throw my son in a Muay Thai fight, that's for sure. But no, grappling is right. I wouldn't. With grappling, it's fine. There's no issue with that. You might as well. Taking blows to the head won't treat them well later as they are still developing. No, Freaky. Everyone agrees with you on that. Everyone agrees with that. 100%. You shouldn't be sparring as a child. My son doesn't box or do Muay Thai. So yeah, Connor's right. That he's only doing wrestling. So go for it. Absolutely go for it. Of course he should be competing if he's ready for it. But nobody should be doing striking or they should be doing striking training, but not like sparring below the age of 15. Definitely not. I completely agree with that. Like you said, the brain is still developing. Life is a risk, that's true. But people say life is a risk, but you can also minimalize that risk. Do you know what I mean? He's been finished by a dude as well. Good grief. Or get them in. Yeah, my son plays soccer or football, and he does ice skating, and he's really good at ice skating as well. Like he's only been doing it like 3 months, but he's really, really good. You know how them Chinese kids are. But yeah, so it's not like he's very active. He does spend a little bit of time on iPads now, but it's all like educational games. That's it. And he watches a few cartoons every now and then, but generally it's like sports, physical activities, reading, puzzles, stuff like that. I think that's just a better way of going about things. It's why I so badly want. I think wrestling might be a better way to go because he does enjoy that. And his striking he's just like his dad, mate. His striking is wank. His technique is horrible. Like my skill is all in like I've got like a natural inclination for like sweeping and tripping people and taking people down, and I'm better at that kind of stuff. My striking is wank. Ice skating and soccer pays more than fighting for it does. It does. The thing is, I'm not even thinking about it like that. Like his mum wants him to be a doctor. And we've already got like everything lined up for him to do that. And he's already had that inclination, like he likes he's interested in like science and stuff. And so hard sparring can legit be traumatic if you've never had a hard spar before. Again, it really depends on the person. It's like I said, yeah, like the very first time before I ever got punched in the face here, I used to think like I used to be genuinely fearful of it. This is when I was in like my early teens. And then I got punched in the face and I was like, wow, is that it? Minor, but mind you, I do have a granite chin. So if my chin was made out of paper, I might have a different. Everyone's different, I guess. Oh yeah, I forgot he's Chinese. Well, he's half Chinese. He's half Chinese and half human. I can't believe I just said that. I really hope my daughters aren't watching. That one might come back. Oops. Anyway, Westy, can you please go online as quickly as possible? For the love of God, I cannot hold out much longer. I really need to go to bed. If I've got any chance of going to work tomorrow, I need to sleep like ASAP. No, what the fuck is that lame ass rule? Without ass play, you can just stay. So you're angry about the fact that they were refusing the ass play. I see what kind of fella you are. But I mean, if you work in the red light district, you can't be then like, do you know what I mean? I get where you're coming from. I'm personally not an arse guy myself, but each to their own, innit? I think if you're in that industry, it should be outside of, BDSM and shit like that. I think most things should be open. Kid's gonna be a brain surgeon that enjoys a few cold ones and a scrap. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm hoping for. But no, my kids are pretty much set up to do whatever it is they want to do. Because my wife and I worked hard enough throughout our lives where we never got to do that. We can raid Dougie. Dougie's going on. Westy's just said that he doesn't want any of my fucking disgraceful, horrible chat members. So fuck him then. Let's go to Dougie's corner. Let's go to Dougie's corner. All right. I'm going to book because he's got 40 people in there right now. So if you shout out your boy as well, we might get a couple subs out of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Get something for your boy as well. So shout out to Westy. Do you subscribe to him if you are not a cunt? I know if you are a cunt, you're not going to know that you're a cunt. But give the guy a shot. He's getting into streaming lately. He's done his first one recently. He's been a long time. He's the mod of the century. So subscribe to Western Mass Climber at WMC. Westy did his first live. I haven't seen it yet, but I know he's done panels and stuff before, and he's an interesting fella. So give the guy a Westy, did you go on camera or did you just talk? Because I haven't seen it yet. I might even check it out tonight if I've got time. You've done 3. Fuck, keep it up, mate. And I'm with musical. You should do one up a tree. That would be very entertaining. You did 2 in one day. Bloody hell. I need to go back and see these. Anyway, boys, head over to Dougie's corner. I'm gonna head off now. Thanks to everyone who joined. Again, I'm very sorry lately for the lack of energy. I've been really, really tired and just not well. But I have to come and check in with the boys and girls. Have a good rest of your weekend. I hope you enjoyed the card. We'll be back on Tuesday to do a panel. I'm gonna have Brutally on. I'm gonna have Musical on. I'm trying to get Dougie on as well on Tuesday. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, shout out to all of you. Go and raid Dougie's corner, and I will see you guys on Tuesday, hopefully, assuming that I'm still well enough to do so. And just take it easy. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate all of you. Head over to Dougie's corner and shout out your boy. In a bit, guys. Peace.